He knew the key code to the safe?
Absolutely.
He knew there would be money in the safe?
Absolutely.
And he knew where the cameras were?
Absolutely.
Nothing further.
Court does call the case of the people versus Trevon Addison.
Ask about this for the people.
Assistant Public Defender Dettleworth on behalf of Mr. Addison, who is joining me now. Sitting on the right.
Ready to proceed.
Your Honor, for the record, I did extend a misdemeanor offer to Mr. Addison to plead to an added count 3 of larceny, 200 to 1,000. I understand that he's rejecting that offer.
Mr. Addison, is it true that you wish to reject that offer and hold your preliminary exam?
Absolutely. Okay.
Your Honor, my first witness is Shafi Brumand.
Okay. Sir, please come forward to be sworn.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to affirm the testimony you're about to give the truth and whole truth? See, state spell your first and last name for the record, please.
Shafi Brumand, S-H-A-F-Y-I, last name Brumand, B-R-O-U-M-A-N-D.
You may inquire.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you employed?
I'm the owner of Addison Pizza on Washington Avenue,
And the cottage inn on Washington, what's the address of that location?
2407 Washington Avenue.
How long have you been the owner of that business?
Purchased that store, August of 2023.
Did you ever have an employee by the name of Trevon Addison?
Yes.
How long was that person your employee?
Since I purchased the store, boy,
Until when?
I would recall in the September,
End of September of 2023?
approximately, I'm not.
Do you see the person that was your employee, Trevon Addison, in the courtroom today?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me where he's sitting and what he's wearing?
Gentleman right there, wearing the, I believe it's gray shirt.
Your Honor, may the record reflect the witness identified this defendant?
Record shows so reflect without objection.
That address, 2407 Washtenaw, is that in Ypsilanti Township,
Yes,
state of Michigan?
yes.
Sir, do you recall an incident on October 4th, 2023 at your store that had led you to call the police?
I believe my manager called me and said that,
Objection, hearsay.
I'll sustain that objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. Did you eventually go to the store?
yes,
And when you got to the store, what did you see had happened?
the bag inside the safe was missing.
What is the bag that goes inside the safe?
It's the startup bank that, about $400 worth of money in it.
And when you do you put that in the safe every night? What is the practice at the store?
When they close the shift, they usually put in the store, in the bag, the startup bank plus the night deposit.
What happens after that money goes in the safe?
Stay there and the manager comes in the morning and opens the store, goes into the bank register and gets, start the bank, and, you know, then get this, the store opens.
So it's like the money to like put in the registers to make change when people come in to buy things?
Yes, so, yes, ma'am.
When you saw that that bag was missing, did you do anything, any investigation into what might have happened?
Called the police. And then we started looking at the cameras and the footage, you know,
Now, at this time in October 4th of 2023, was the defendant currently an employee of your business?
he was let go prior week.
And to your knowledge, did he have a key to the business?
Yes, he did.
You hadn't gotten that back when you terminated him? As you reviewed the videos, were you able to locate any videos that may have shown what happened that day?
Well, the gentleman entered the building from the side door and went directly to the safe, opened the safe, took the bag, and exited the premise.
And this was captured on a video? And did you turn that video over to the police?
Yes, they did.
Your Honor, at this time, I move to admit and play People's Exhibit number 1, which is the video.
Any objection or reply here?
The video you sent, sorry. We'll stipulate if it's the video that was turned over.
Permission to play for the court, Your Honor?
Yes.
Just getting things set up here. Sir, when you reviewed that video, did you recognize the person in the video?
My employees,
Objection, hearsay.
I
What?
personally, yes, they did.
You did. Okay. Who did you recognize that to be?
The gentleman sitting right there.
When you say that gentleman sitting right there, you're referring to the defendant.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Did you give the defendant permission to take anything out of the safe? Did you give him permission to enter the building? Did you at any time before this happened tell him that it would be okay if he came in and borrowed money out of the safe? May I have a moment, Your Honor?
You may.
And I think we talked about it, but this was October 4th, 2023, sir?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
Thank you, Judge. It's Mr. Brumand? Brumand? Okay, my name is Ben Dettleworth. I'm the public defender for Mr. Addison. I'm not going to try to trick you or anything. If you don't understand the questions, feel free to speak up, okay? All right, so bought this location in August of 2023, is that correct?
Yes.
And Mr. Addison already worked there when you bought it?
Employed by I purchased the store from the Addison Corporation, and he was already employed for Addison.
Okay, did you know him at all before you bought the store? All right, and then you fired him in September, is that right?
About a week prior to the incident.
About a week, okay. And the incident was October 4th, 2023?
Yes.
So a week prior would be like the last week in September?
I don't recall.
Well- Do you recall how long Mr. Addison worked for you?
Maybe a couple weeks.
Couple weeks? Okay. Do you actually work at this store?
I own the center manager on the store.
Okay, like during those 2 or 3 weeks, how many hours were you present at the store with Mr. Addison?
Maybe 1 hour.
1 hour total? Okay, and that would be the 1 hour total of your lifetime that you've ever spent with Mr. Addison, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you said you knew that Mr. Addison had a key, is that correct? Did he work at other cottage pizza locations?
I don't recall. I don't know.
Oh, do you own other cottage pizza locations?
One other location in Pepsi, but nothing.
He doesn't work at that one. Okay. Did cottage pizzas have the same key to different locations? All right. Was Mr. Addison a manager?
That's a shift runner.
A shift manager?
Yes.
Okay. How many shift managers were there?
We run about 2 or 3.
Two. Okay. And was there someone above a shift manager, like a general manager? Just one?
Yes.
Okay. So 4 people at least had a key to the store?
Yes, sir.
All right. When you bought it in August 2023, did you inquire how many people had keys to the store? Okay, so you have no idea how many people had a key to the store on October 4th, 2023, isn't that correct?
No, sir.
All right. And I saw a picture of this safe that's like a code safe, right? Like you push buttons?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Addison, you believe had the combination to that?
Absolutely.
Because he's the shift manager, he has to open? Okay. And the other 2 or 3 shift managers also had that code?
Yes.
And the general manager had that code?
Yes.
Okay, and when you bought the store in August 2023, you didn't change the code, did you?
Well, this was a safe that I brought in myself and I put it in it.
Okay, so
Didn't have a safe.
nobody before you bought the business knew the code because it didn't exist. Is that right?
I brought the safe in and I told the code to the general manager. He passed it on to the shift runners.
Okay, do you know who else the general manager passed the code to?
Well, 4 people.
Do you know if he gave it to anyone besides those 4 people?
I don't know.
Okay. Did you give the code to anyone other than the general manager? All right. So the sort of general employees didn't have the code. Is that right?
Objection. He said he didn't know the code line too.
Sustained.
Okay. And People's Number One is a video that you gave to the police, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, can I see if I can get this back on the screen?
Sure.
All right. Can you see that on the screen, sir?
Yes.
Do not comply.
It's,
All right, would you agree with me? This person just walked in the door at what's labeled 12:19 and 38 seconds AM on the video?
Say that again?
Do you see the timestamp on the bottom? 12:19 and 39 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and would you agree he's walking in the door?
Yes.
Can you tell who it is at this point?
Well, that second I can't, but I.
Okay, I'm gonna press play and I want you to yell stop when you can tell who it is, okay?
so I can't tell in here.
You can't tell who's in the video?
Well, with my eyes, and I cannot tell because the video is kind of dark.
Okay, I can't tell either. So would you agree with me that we don't know if it's Mr. Addison?
I would say it's him.
Okay, why would you say it's him?
He had the key, and other employees told me that
Objection, you can't tell us what other employees said. I'm
Right.
sorry.
He asked him, why do you think it's him?
Yes,
He gets to answer that
he
question.
does.
He puts himself at peril by asking an open-ended question like that.
You can answer the question, sir.
from his height and his, most likely from his height.
Okay, how tall do you think the person in the video is?
I would say compared to the door.
Yeah, sure, I can.
6'5", 6'4", 6'5".
All right, you think the person in the video is 6'4", 6'5"?
Say 6'4", 6'5", yes.
And that's the only thing from the video that makes you think it's Mr. Addison?
Your Honor, that's not what he said. He also.
That isn't what he said. I'll sustain the objection. You can rephrase your inquiry.
Right. Is there anything other than the height of the person in the video that makes you believe it's Mr. Addison? No further questions.
Can you redirect?
Yes, Your Honor. Sir, the defendant had a key to your business?
Yes,
Yes, sir, the defendant knew where the safe was located? He knew where the safe was located?
absolutely,
He knew the key code to the safe?
absolutely,
He knew there would be money in the safe?
absolutely,
And he knew where the cameras were?
absolutely.
Nothing further.
Anything else?
You had 4 other employees that had keys to that store, didn't you?
Asked and answered.
Sustained.
All right, no redirect.
You may step down. Thank you, sir.
I have no further witnesses, Your Honor.
A motion.
I'm not sure if defense has witnesses.
Yeah, defense
yes.
officer in charge.
There's. Who are you calling?
The officer in charge.
All right, come forward to be sworn.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to affirm the testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Sorry. Please spell your first and last name for the record.
First name Marco, Marco, last name Campaggioni, Campaggior.
Thank you. Go ahead, you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Deputy. What's your role in this case?
Officer in charge.
And as the officer in charge, did you investigate this case? What did you do?
After the initial dispatch call, arrived on the scene, talked with the complainant witness, which was Mr. Roman. Stated he was the owner of the complex or business, stated that.
I'm objecting to hearsay at this point, Your Honor.
Yes.
Are you
Or
objecting
do you need
to it?
more targeted questions? This is your witness. So I'm going to sustain the objection.
Okay, without telling us what anyone said, did you talk to the business owner?
Yes.
Did you retrieve the video?
Yes.
Did you have a partner with you at the time?
Yes.
Who was your partner? And were both of you rolling body cams during at least some of this visit?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, and were your body cams rolling when you watched the video that the business owner provided? And did you have a discussion about how the suspect was 6'1" or 6'2"?
Objection, hearsay.
I don't think that's hearsay.
Why
I
would-
believe the question is.
why wouldn't it be?
I can rephrase it.
Thank you. I'll sustain the objection. You can try to rephrase.
Did you, without saying what was said, did you and your partner discuss the height of the suspect?
Objection, hearsay. I don't know how we can have a question that's without telling me what was said. Did you discuss this? It literally, the question elicits hearsay.
I mean, I could say, did you discuss what you had for lunch with Miss Londy? And he could say yes, and it's
I
not
don't know if he
hearsay.
had lunch with Miss Lundy, and I don't know Miss Lundy.
Well, this has not had lunch, but that's not the, but I don't feel this is not eliciting hearsay.
You're gonna have to rephrase.
Did you talk to your partner when you were there? Okay. Did you at any time make a statement about how tall you thought the suspect was?
Objection. Hearsay.
But was
You
it?
can be asked about his opinion on that.
Well,
but not
he
the
made
state.
the stat. I'm not gonna get into that. I will overrule that objection.
I mean, hearsay is a statement by someone other than the
I
declarant. He's-
overruled it unless you want me to change
Oh.
my mind.
No, I'm good. Did you at some point make a statement of how tall you thought the suspect was?
Yeah.
And how tall did you think the suspect was?
Roughly about 6'1", 6'2".
Okay. And what did you base that on?
The height of the door,
Height of the door and compared to anything else?
not that I recall.
Okay. So you're talking about the height of the door in the video?
Yes, and the suspect walking into
Okay. And how tall are you?
roughly 5'8".
And did you stand by the door?
Yeah,
Okay. And did that inform your opinion at all?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. And your police report says Mr. Addison is 6'4", is that right?
Yes.
Do you believe that to be true?
That's what's going on, or, sorry.
Would it refresh your recollection to take a look?
Are you talking about this as a last return or what I put in the report?
Well, okay. Did you put in the report that he's 6'4"?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Would, just to make sure, would taking a look refresh your recollection?
In the suspect that is based off of his SOS return and his listed
Okay.
Listed as 6'4".
6'1". You're right.
Thank you.
How tall do you believe him to be?
6'4".
Okay. And you'd agree with me that 6'4" is 2 to 3 inches taller than what you estimated the suspect to be at based on the video?
Rough estimate, but
Okay. Did you take any fingerprints off the safe or the doorknob? Did you order DNA testing on anything?
no, due to being
Okay. Was there any further investigation beyond retrieving the video and discussing it with the business owner? What was that?
on the phone.
Okay. No further questions for this witness?
I'm no cross.
All right, thank you. You may step down. Thank you, Tim.
Defense has no further witnesses.
Any rebuttal witnesses for the people?
No, Your Honor.
All right, do I have a motion?
Your Honor, yes, people move for bind over as to counts 1 and 2. I do believe we stated a probable cause that there was a crime committed and that the person who committed the crime was the defendant. The business owner identified that person as being the defendant. The defendant was fired approximately a week beforehand. The defendant was a person who had a key, a person who knew the code. And the video clearly shows the person going in to the business, walking directly to the safe, and very quickly, the people would say, retrieving whatever's out of that safe and leaving this person in the video knows exactly where they're going and what they're looking for. They know, and the defendant knew where the cameras were and had it appears like a hoodie pulled up. So I do believe that we have made a probable cause we've presented enough information for a probable cause determination, and we'd ask the court to bind this case over to trial.
Response.
The defense objects to the bind over on the identification issue. I think the court can see the video and see that it's impossible to identify the person. The witness even stated the only thing he's using to identify the person is the height. Okay. He says the person's 6'4", 6'5". The officer said 6'1", 6'2". So, you know, it's not as if he's even correct. And the business owner magically has the height that matches up with defendant's records, where the third-party independent officers, estimating his height independently think he's shorter. Well, if he was taller, you could guess he had high heels, but no, he's too short. The thing is, even if I didn't call that witness, it's not probable cause. That witness simply said there's a person 6'4", 6'5" breaking in. This person had a key. Oh, by the way, I don't know how many people had a key at all. I gave the code to 4 or 5 people. He doesn't know who else they may have given it to. There's simply insufficient evidence to identify Mr. Addison as the person in that video. So I'd ask the court to deny the bind over and dismiss the case.
Anything else from the people?
No, Your Honor, I think the court has a handle on the evidence before it.
All right. Not for the reasons, quite frankly, stated by defense. I think you took something and made it extremely complicated for what it wasn't. The reality in this case as to whether or not there's probable cause is that the court does not believe there's probable cause. There certainly was a robbery which did occur. What the court, I don't think, has is probable cause to believe that this defendant committed it. Certainly, there are certain things that may lead to a belief that it's a defendant, but that those things could apply to a lot of other individuals. The other reality is that the owner of the store, who was here to identify the defendant, only has, and it's from the court's perspective, a shaky identification of the defendant, as he himself had only been with the defendant on one other occasion, said approximately for an hour that he would have been in his presence. I don't think that's satisfactory enough for this court to find the defendant over to stand trial on these charges. The court will find no probable cause on this case, would dismiss these charges.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dog Eat Dog Court. Let's break down this case and exactly what we just saw. So it looked like the prosecutor was annoyed at the beginning of this case, and that's probably because they're panicking. This wasn't a trial, it was just a preliminary hearing. The prosecutor's only job was to show a very low bar of evidence, which is, called probable cause, to convince the judge to send this to a real trial, and obviously they failed. The plea deal for a misdemeanor was a tool here. It was the prosecution's off-ramp. They knew their case had a critical weakness, which was identification. As you saw, the video was terrible. The owner admit that he only met the defendant one time, 1 hour out of their entire lives. So basically, this case was entirely circumstantial. It could be him because, he knew exactly where the safe was and he had a key, obviously, to get in. So yeah, it probably was him, but I mean, his only proof was the fact that his employees told him that it was probably the defendant. So when Addison rejected the plea, he forced the prosecution to show their entire hand before the hearing. And the defense honestly handled this extremely well. He got the owner to admit that he couldn't actually identify the person in the video, that he had no idea how many other people had keys in the safe to his place, and his entire identification was based on a height estimate that was contradicted by the police officer's own estimate. And he didn't look 5'8", by the way. So the prosecutor's frustration comes from that seeking feeling of watching your entire case get dismantled within a 5-minute cross-examination. They weren't just upset that the deal was rejected. They were watching the case they thought was a surefire thing get legally eviscerated right in front of them. The plea deal was really their only leverage, now it's gone. So the judge's dismissal means that the state has virtually no case left. The prosecutor now has to go back to the police and to the victim and explain why a case they thought was so solid just got thrown out before court even started. It's not just frustration, it's professional embarrassment. The defendant didn't just reject the deal, he called their bluff, and the judge basically agreed that it was the right thing to do. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.